The utter state of disrepair of the asphalt runway at the Caye Caulker airstrip has forced both Maya Island Air and its competitor Tropic Air to discontinue flights to that destination as of the end of September. The landing strip at the southern end of the island is in deplorable condition and presents a hazard for aircrafts coming into and leaving the aerodrome.
There are only two real problems with the runway itself, but they're big ones. The ground that the airport was built on sinks, and so the runway has undulations in it. So the pilots already have to land at a certain place and avoid this and stop before that to keep from making a roller coaster ride out of the takeoff for the landing. That was manageable. What is since become unmanageable is that about every 10 or 15 years, these asphalt runways have got to be resurfaced, and the time is up for Caye Caulker. So there are potholes and ridges and essentially obstacles in the way. So the pilot can't dodge both. He can't dodge the ups and the downs and the potholes and the deterioration in the runway.
Those difficulties have prompted a suspension in air traffic to and from the island, pending the repair and upgrade of the landing strip. Orlando Magana is with the Belize Airport Authority. That body is tasked with overseeing the upkeep of those facilities.
The runway is in a really bad state that Tropic and Maya have issued press release that they will stop operations commencing October 1st. But even prior to them issuing this press release, we have been in negotiations with Belize Social Security Board to acquire financing and repair and renovate and uplift, because of the Caye Caulker aerodrome is, I believe, the third most trafficked aerodrome in the country.
That's on account of the tourism industry. A majority of flights heading to and leaving from the island are indeed booked by visitors to the country. Despite consultations with the relevant government agencies, both carriers have decided that they will no longer risk a problematic landing.
We have been in consultation with Department of Civil Aviation and with Belize Airports Authority, and they knew that we were close, and so I think they had sped up their plans to do some renovation there. But the industry just couldn't wait any longer. We had to put a cap on our operations there for safety reasons.
Now, the proposed project will take a maximum of about 8 months before it completes. What happens in the interim in terms of you guys losing money from the suspension of flights to the island?
Well, the bigger problem is what happens to the commuters and to the tourists that need to go there. Caye Caulker is well served by boat from municipal for the commuters, but I don't think it's that very well served, and not served at all from Golson for the tourists. So that's something that really has us at Tropic perplexed about what alternative service do we offer people that had already bought the ticket on the airline.
Realizing that the inconvenience will directly affect the tourism industry, the Belize Airports Authority is already looking at ways in which it can expedite the renovation project by reducing its timeline.
Tourism is increasing every year, so we need to have these facilities up to standards, international standards. So based on those considerations, it's being a full investment of about $7 million is being proposed to uplift and to renovate the aerodrome at Caye Caulker.
Talk to us about the timeline and the scope of work and the priorities that fall under that particular timeline to get this runway up and running again.
Well, as soon as the loan gets approval from Social Security, works will commence immediately. And the proposed time limit for everything is approximately 8 months. The runway, being the one that needs the most attention, will be dealt with first. So the contractor, whoever is contracted to do the works, we will negotiate with the contractor to see how best we can do the runway first and as least downtime as possible.
With progress comes problems. The improvement of the airfield on Caye Caulker is much needed, but for the duration of the project, residents, those who either commute daily by domestic flights or those in the travel business, are the ones who will be inconvenienced by the suspension.
As far as it affecting our profitability, it really doesn't, because Caye Caulker is what we call in the airline business a flag stop. So when there are people there to drop off or pick up, we stop, and when there aren't, we don't. So it really, if we don't have people to pick up in Caye Caulker, we just backfill the flight from San Pedro or from Municipal. So the economic impact on the airlines is minimal. The economic impact on the island would be substantial, I would think.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.